Good morning, everybody. Turn my music off. Oh, that's better. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Were you able to hear the music that I was playing? Did it come through or not? I'm just curious. Let me know if it did or not. And let me know if you guys could hear me okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Omar. Hey, Nathan. Hey, Susan. CJ, David, Armulfo, Dr. Serena, Brian, Omar, Richard, Samson, Mike, George, John, Devin, JB, Fred, Darren, Brian, Anthony, W. Wong, Pete, Rachel, Charlie, Glenn, good morning. Ivano, Vernon, Wayne, Cam, good morning. Wade, Dennis, Robert, Tom. We got Eagle Beagle, Rochelle, Jeff, Jody, Pat. We got Det, Michael, Steve, Stacy, Frank, Edgar, Dave, Thomas, Ray, Timothy, Ray, Randy, Susan. Good morning, everybody. Question: did you guys hear any music while I was getting things going? Just out of curiosity, let me know if you heard any music or not. Just want to I want to see if you guys heard the music that I was playing. Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. You guys could hear me, right? Just want to make sure that you guys could hear me okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kevin, Lawrence. We got Dave. Good morning, Chad. No? Okay. All right. Interesting. No music. Okay. Huh. All right. You could hear me fine? Okay. Well, that's the most important thing. I was playing some music for you guys, but for some reason it didn't play. I'm going to have to figure out why. Good morning, everybody. And make sure to hit the like button. Good morning, Brian, Alpha, HG, Alan, Glenn. I was playing some Fleetwood Mac this morning, but I guess it didn't come through. What are you going to do? That's how it goes. Good morning, Rochelle. Good morning, Rosalind. Good morning, everybody. How are my peoples doing? Well, you missed out on some good Fleetwood Mac, but you still got me. Hope everybody had a great morning. By the way, there was a an article in New York Times about the side effects. I forgot the name of it, but it was about tariffs, and it was a very interesting article about how Vietnam grew as a country and became a huge economy as a result of what happened to tariffs last time. And I thought it was a really interesting article, not because of what's going to happen with tariffs now or whatnot, but I thought it was a really interesting article because last time we tried this tariffs, a lot of the Chinese companies moved to Vietnam, and now Vietnam has become a really strong economy as a result. Anyway, I thought it was uh, I still have a crush on Stevie Nicks, Carlos. But I just thought it was really interesting. And if you guys get a chance, it wasn't really anything political. It was more of like the hidden cost of tariffs and what happened before in 2020, 2016. And it's a really interesting article. If you guys get a chance, I would highly uh, check it out. It's really good. Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that. Good. I'm glad you guys could hear me. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate it. Good morning to you. China just moves to another country. Yeah. But it was an interesting article. I get a feed from New York Times when I wake up in the morning, so it's like the first thing I look at when I wake up. But if you guys get a chance, it's not so much about tariffs. It's what happened with the country, with Vietnam after tariffs and how fast it's now growing, developing. People are moving there. It's a very interesting article about Vietnam, more so than anything else. But it was kind of like the hidden cost of tariffs or whatnot. But I thought it was really interesting to read. Again, it's not a political thing or anything like that. Um, just really quickly, thank you everybody for coming to my stealth search class yesterday. I really appreciate it. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. This is the program. We had 24 winners in a row currently, undefeated. Although we probably will have a loser pretty soon with the market looking how it is. Yes, please hit the thumbs up button. I will be in my VIP room talking about some goodies today, including earnings forecasts for next quarter and how they're coming down. And as I always mention to you guys, we have Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo, and sometimes the Chip Show. And don't underestimate Chip. Chip was a floor trader. He's really good. So if you guys can get them to help you, it would be fantastic. From what I understand, we also hired several brand new customer service people to help us out. So I know we've been getting really busy. Holidays, people are buying things. So please be patient with us. We did hire some new customer service folks. We're always hiring new customer service folks to help you guys out. HG says Vietnamese speak Russian. Really interesting. I didn't know that. Hidden benefits to emerging nations. Anyway, it's just an interesting article. It's not really here nor there. It's not really going to help you make much money. But if I read something that's interesting, I try to send it your way. No, Taryn said, I send you an article from Garrett about MicroStrategy. Kind of scary. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kevin, good morning. Can we actually call customer service now? I hope so. They were having some issues simply because the company's growing so fast and we're picking up. It's not because we're doing bad. It's because we're doing really good. So we needed to hire several. I think we hired, don't quote me, maybe Cam can help me out on this, but I think we hired like 3, 4 people just the other day. Richard says, good morning, Richard. Is the dynamic alerts working? If so, we'll visit Cam today. Yeah, Matt said he did the video over the weekend, and the video should be in the members area. Cam, do you have all the information that you need now to be able to instruct people for the dynamic alerts? Let me know. I'm just curious. If so, I'll start sending people your way. Just let me know, because Matt is a great guy, but he's not the best communicator, as we all know. We'll just keep that between us. You all know that. He's a great guy, but he's like me. He's very focused, and sometimes he just forgets to communicate stuff. So we want to make sure it's communicated. Give me another day. Okay, no problem. Got it. Yeah, give Cam another day for that. Cam, if you have any issues, just get together with Matt. He's there all day today, as you know. All right, let's begin. Thank you all for being here. It's actually a good time to start. So as you guys can see here, the NASDAQ is not doing great. The NASDAQ's down about 60 points, and the Dow is down about 192 points. As I've been saying for the last several days, the markets are not operating on all fours right now. As a matter of fact, I didn't even think about it. I should have probably mentioned it yesterday. But we've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, 12 days without the equal weighted SPY trading above the previous day's high. Do you guys realize that? Yeah. But PI, look at the equal weighted SPY. And by the way, we are now below the 50-day moving average. Okay. Yes, that's exactly what happened, Scampy. But from what I'm hearing with Vietnam, it's also it's also a really nice country. A lot of expats are moving there. It's a nice place to live. From what I hear, I've never been, but I would like to visit. But that's the word on the street. So anyway, we're below the 50-day moving average. This is a red flag. This is a red flag. Now, you're probably going to say, Roger, you've been talking about this every day now, MAGs versus RSP. Yes, I have. And I'm going to talk about it even more because it's becoming more and more, important. Look, we haven't had one day in 493 stocks in 12 days, 11 days, I don't know, whatever this run is, 2 weeks, where we couldn't even bounce to go above the previous day's high. Look at this. Do you guys see that? That's not good. And if you see, and at the same time, at the same time, we're seeing this. And look at volume yesterday. It was even higher than the day before. So, yeah, caution, Jeff. That's huge caution. Oh, that's good to know, HG. Vietnam, very nice people, no crime. Good. I would love to go there one time. I heard the most coolest things about it, and I heard nature's really nice. Would love to check it out. Yeah, and below the 50-day. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to go back there, Rich, but I just wanted to show you that this is bad. And now, as Rich just said, and as I pointed out, we're now below the 50-day moving average. And again, I'm starting with this because it's so important, but there's only 43% of stocks in the S&P that are trading above the 50-day moving average. This is what the market looks like, folks, okay? The market does not look like mags, okay? At all. All right. Yeah, institutions are holding, they're not really doing anything. They're holding the large cap, mega cap stocks, but they're not really doing much favor for the broad market. Look at the index, 43%. What about the Russell? Russell 2000, 56% index. This is the Russell 1000, 1000 of the biggest stocks, 50%. How about NASDAQ? 51%. So you could see same things going on with the NASDAQ. It's the mega caps. The mega caps are having all the fun right now. Look at the Dow Jones, 50%. It's ironic though, but if you take out the mega caps, the Russell 2000, the sometimes so just to give you guys a little feedback. Sometimes when you have divergence between the indexes, you'll see the small caps. Remember, like last year, the Russell was trailing behind the S&P. That's not really the case anymore. Now they're all pretty much on the same wavelength. The only problem now is the mega caps. Because look, the Dow 50%, the Nasdaq 50%, the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000 is actually doing pretty good. I mean, relatively speaking, um, you could see that this is becoming a major, major issue, and that's a problem. That is a problem. We are on high alert right now. That's right. Clyde is on high alert right now. Let me see if I have a picture of Clyde on high alert. No, but here's Mia. She's already hiding. That's Mia this morning. See, she's hiding in her box already. So Mia's already on high alert or low alert, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, not a good sign. Not a good sign for the broad market. And if you look at the graph, see this cool graph, which I never show you because it's so damn confusing. You could see all the different sectors that we look at, and you could see right here, communication services, infotech, consumer discretionary. That's all mega caps. That's all mega caps. The rest of the stuff is right here in between. So the market, this really is what the market looks like. Now, I'd love to see right now a holding pattern and a bounce at the 50-day. That's one of the reasons why I'm not liquidating some of the stocks we currently have, including the one in the pit, which you're not going to name. And I'm also waiting for the retail sales reports coming out because the stock we have is going to be very much influenced by retail sale. Now, this is a pretty big report, and industrial production is a pretty big report. Industrial production is happening at 9:15 today. That's right, Karen. You better believe it. He did. Clyde fell asleep on the job yesterday. He did. He did. He did. And so did Mia. Here, I've got evidence of it right here. Right there. She fell asleep on the job yesterday. What are you going to do? I need some. See, they're hiring customer service agents. I need some new cat agents. Yeah, high alert. So again, we should have a little calmer volume today towards the end of the day because we're going to have the FOMC announcement. The Fed is going to lower rates tomorrow. I'm hoping that'll give the market a little bit of a bounce. Every time they do it, it seems to be a bounce. Then we have the GDP. What I'm hoping for is that these events right here that are happening over the next few days give the market a turnaround. Usually we see a catalyst around this time, and I'm hoping to get one. Folks, I keep going back to the 50-day moving average and the RSP, but it's really, really important right now. Like really, really important right now. If you look at the QQQ, it's still near all-time highs. But if you look at the QQQE, this is the equal weighted QQQ, you will see that we're not really doing all that great. We're just sitting here at the 8-day moving average. One good thing is volume is starting to pick up, which is good. That's really, really good. Volume is starting to pick up. But I'm not really excited about this. Doesn't look as bad. It doesn't look as bad as the RSP, but this is not happiness. Okay. We'll come back to that in a few minutes. What's really still good is what the silver lining is you still have Bitcoin QQQ, semiconductors, consumer discretionary, and communication services aligned, which means theoretically speaking, we could see more upside from the broad market and from technology. Here's the wrinkle. Here's the wrinkle. I'm going to give you guys the rub right now. The rub is that what I want to see is I want the equal weighted Nasdaq going up, not the QQQ going up. I want the SMH going up. I want stocks that are not mega cap stocks in the tech sector going up. If they go up, like semiconductors went up yesterday, they're not up right now, but if semiconductors go up, if non-FANGs tech stocks start going up, that'll make me happy. So you may want to keep your eye on the QQQE today because while I like what I'm seeing out of the QQQ, I don't know if that's going to transfer down into the QQQE, into equal weight. So it would be great if these can continue leading because in principle, if these can continue leading and including semiconductor, the market could go higher. The market could get tailwind, but it would have to be smaller tech stocks. Roger, why not larger cap stocks? Because they've been leading and they haven't been helping us at all. Look, they haven't been helping us at all. So my point is, I don't mind seeing techs lead, but I don't want to see mega caps lead. And as of right now, as of the where I'm sitting right now, looking at all the charts, the mega caps still look really, really strong. And I actually have a couple on my list today that I'll show you. So let's now back away. But again, we're not looking all that great. The Dow's now down 224 points. That's beyond random. The Nasdaq's down 79. We're not really going to get a clear picture of anything till retail sales comes out. That doesn't come out for another 11, 12 minutes. So let me turn on my TC2000 so we could look at the bond market in real time, okay? And by the way, hit the like button if you guys are getting value out of this. Let me just turn on my TC2000 here. And like yesterday, I hardly had any alerts. Rich, I'm sure you too, right? Not a lot of alerts yesterday. Hardly any alerts yesterday, actually. All right, let's see here. Okay. So I'll get back to this, but what I'm looking for is I'm trying to find stocks. I want to see upside on stocks that are not FANG stocks, because if the FANG stocks keep going up, they're not helping the rest of the market. Thank you, Dr. Serena. All right, so I'm not really happy about what I'm seeing, but all of this could change. Let me just put my thing on the bond market. This is the bond market right now. This is the 5-minute chart. So far we're moving higher, which is going to help the market, but let's see how that looks in a few minutes. As I mentioned, we also have industrial production, and that is a big report. We need to see industrial production. Yeah, very quiet with alerts yesterday. I hardly had any alerts yesterday. Industrial production, don't let this report pass you by. It's an important report. Everybody's focused on industrial production. And if industrial production is good, it can spark that RSP rally because there's a huge amount of industrial stocks here. Okay. Energy stocks, industrial stocks. So yes, I am looking very close to industrial productions. The reports we had yesterday were nothing burgers. And also housing starts tomorrow is going to be really important for the housing market and all the real estate stocks. Bond market, well, we are now basing out. My fear is that we don't break this support level, that we now start turning up. I find it kind of interesting that we're at a support level, right? We're at a support level and we're also right at the 50-day moving average. What I would really like to see by the end of today is this price bar coming back up here into this zone. Capiche? You guys understand? And as of this Friday, we have to add another VWAP. We have to add the quadruple witching VWAP, okay? So just giving you a little heads up. So the fact that we have a lot of support here, we don't want to see the bond market break. If we see the bond market break, it's not going to be good. A weakness in the bond market, if we break this level, we're going to create another down leg. And if we create another down leg, then the odds are that whatever the Fed is going to do is not going to help us because technically we're not holding. Yes, Jeff, don't tell Powell that. Don't tell Powell that. Actually, Jeff, you're wrong. You're wrong, Jeff. We haven't been here since right here. Since you're making a mistake, Jeff. The 10-year hasn't been this. This is what we are right now. This is where it started going up. This is the highest. You're right. You're right. No, no, no. You are right, actually, but not since Thanksgiving. Since September, we started going. We bottomed out in September 17th, right here. And but you're right. We are right now at the highest levels yield since. Yeah. Well, oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, 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 yes. I get what you're saying now. You're correct. You're correct. When should we take off the election VWAP from our charts? Not yet. I'll let you know. Trust me, I show you this every day. I'll let you know. We're not there yet. We have to do a pass off. We're not there yet. I would keep that on for quite some time. Okay, China. China is in the crapper right now. Actually, from what I'm reading right now, which we will read in a few minutes, China's looking worse than this. So China's not helping us at all. Crude oil. Is crude oil giving us any tailwind? No, it's not. And if you look at Oxy and if you look at PSX and if you look at all the energy companies, a lot of them are breaking down right now. I'm still looking for an iron condor on something related to this, maybe USO. I'm waiting for implied volatility to start moving up. VIX is not spiking. VIX is really low right now, and option premium is really low on these type of stocks. So I got to be careful because if implied volatility is really low, I'm going to go extra close. And if I go extra close, that puts us in harm's way, and I don't want that. Okay? So I want to make sure you guys understand that. Also, before I continue, don't forget, if you guys missed the replay yesterday, time is of essence. Replay it, watch it, how we got 24 winners in a row on Stealth Surge and how we use seasonality. Join me in my VIP room today. And Chris was great yesterday, wasn't he? Chris was awesome. I like Chris. He's a good guy. And and here's Customer Service Live, the Gustavo and Cam, and a little bit of Chip Show. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. I'll talk about VIX in a few minutes, Alan. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. The best is yet to come. We're only getting started. Gold is coming down because of yield right here. You know what? I didn't put the US dollar on here. Let me put it on here. Currencies, US dollar. I wouldn't be surprised if it's higher this morning. And it is. Granted, it hasn't taken out this area yet. So we got to be really, really careful. Now, let me show you something interesting, guys. Volatility. Do you guys remember what I said would happen if volatility would hit, that there's an air pocket here? Do you remember this? Now look at something interesting. Look at where volatility is right. Let me just raise this a hair right here, like right there. Yeah. Look where volatility is right now. Look where equal weighted SPY is, and look where the bond market, look where TLT is. Look at them together. They should give you a nice little picture right now. If we break this, we break this, we break this. If this comes up, we have an air pocket till 17. We don't have any support here till the 100-day moving average, and we break down a trend line. Now, you can say, well, Roger, that's just a coincidence. Okay. If you think that's a coincidence, yeah, I've been doing this for almost 31 years. It's not a coincidence. You'll find that indexes and other assets all approach critical levels at the same time. Do you remember why I told you that this is a picture? We're watching a movie every day. And if you watch this movie every single day, you're going to start seeing how they all interact together. Okay? So you see how volatility is right at that turning point. And I remember here, I said there's an air pocket here all the way till 17. No support here. Bond market at a breakdown. So would I be So, for example, let's say that I wanted to sell bonds. I would want to make sure that this is nicely in the air pocket and that this is confirming on a breakdown. Let's say I wanted to go long RSP. I would confirm that this does not break down and this does not go higher. Let's say I wanted to buy a call on volatility. I would make sure that this breaks down and this breaks down. Do you see how I just gave you a scenario? I just gave you three scenarios that do exactly the same thing, but from a different starting point. Rich says long way for fix to come to go up, meaning possible SPY may come down from all-time highs. That's why I liquidated all those longs yesterday. Remember what I told you Friday last week, Rich? Start thinking about liquidating all those longs. Remember I told you, except that one stock. That so do you guys see how, for example, if you're looking at the QQQ, I mean, if you're looking at bonds, you're really looking at volatility, and if you're looking at volatility, you're really looking at the stock market. Do you see how they all now? For those of you who've been with me every single day, do you understand how they're all related to each other and how when they're all at crucial points, it's not just one or the other? If you watch these carefully, you think it's a coincidence that bonds are at support, the RSP is at the 50-day moving average, and volatility is at the most crucial level and at the highest point it's been since November 25th, right here. Do you think it's a coincidence? You guys think it's a coincidence? That's why you can get multiple confirmations when you're trading from all of these different assets that I show you together. You can get multiple confirmations. I know you did. I know you did, Rich. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful? Is this helpful? So you see how we're going to be looking at volatility, how we're going to be looking at the bond market, and how we're going to be looking at RSP all at the same time? Okay. All right. All right. All right. So US dollar still up here. I'd love to see it go down. And you guys understand that if the US dollar starts coming down, the bond market will most likely go up and rally from here. And if the bond market rallies from here, volatility will cool off and the RSP will go up. Okay. Good. Good. Very, very good. Very, very important. Tonight, I have my daughter, my 11-year-old daughter, is having a concert at her school from 6 to 8 o'clock. Oh boy, headphones time. All right. Um, all right. So let's put everything together. Let's put everything together. Okay. Good. Good. Very helpful. If it's very helpful, then put more thumbs up because we only have, let's see how many thumbs up we got. All moving nicely up. No coincidences here. It's all about interdependence. That's right. Robert, what does she play? Oh, she's going to be singing. She's going to be singing. Oh, I don't know, HG. If I had to guess, the first to turn would be the bond market since we have the retail sales report. If I had to guess. If I had to guess. We have a good support here. Are we going to, is bonds going to support this level? But I'm really giving you guys the full Monty. I'm giving you the full picture. I'm giving you is the girl single? Does she like men? Does she like to go out? Is she social? Does she speak English? This is what we're talking about right now before we get into the main event. You guys need to know about that. Christmas tunes. Yeah, I think so. I think Christmas tunes. Yeah, we have 174 likes and 458 people here. A lot of people are going on holidays. By the way, I am going to Miami on Saturday, but I will be working from there. A little less than usual, but I will be working from there. Investors brace for the start of the Federal Reserve two-day policy meeting, which means lower volatility and more caution. Because today, that's the other thing, HG, that's the other thing. They don't want to make big bets today because we have FOMC tomorrow. So the market may be a little calm, especially as we get towards the second half of the day. But please watch RSP, bond market, and volatility, especially volatility rises above 15. And again, this should not be a surprise to any of you, because I've been talking about this every single day that we've been here for I don't know how long. Hey, Eagle Beagle, good to see you. For me, I give you a thumbs up before I hit the play button. Thank you, William. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Eagle says horrible markets, not trading large, very small. What did I tell you in the pit for the last couple of weeks? Start trading small. The last position we put on, what did I say? Small size, small size. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. We'll be reviewing. No, no problem. No problem. No problem. Okay. So volatility. Watch this level very closely. The report should have already come out. Let's take a quick look. Let's look at the bond market here. Let's look at the bond market. Bond market looks like it's rallying. This is great. This is good. I'm not being sarcastic. This is the daily right here. See that support? See how it's rallying? That's good. That's really good. That's going to offset some downside from the market. Better than expected. Mm, eh. Again, what do you put into these? These are all monthly numbers. But it was actually better than expected, which should give some retail stocks a little bit of a boost this morning, I'm hoping. I'm hoping it'll give a little bit of a boost. It'll give a little bit of a boost. Let's look at SPY. SPY, not really reacting. QQQ, eh, looks like we're going to be waiting till tomorrow. RSP still down there. Again, the bond market is going to be showing us the way. If the bond market comes up, it'll give a lot of relief to RSP because there's a lot of interest rate sensitive stocks right here. Hey, Angie, good to see you. Market pretty good 8 years ago. So I found there was a giant root plotting in the trap area, hatched this out, threw in some probiotics. Oh, all right, all right. We got some communications going on here. All right, so let's continue. Two-day policy meeting starts today. You may see a little bit muted reaction as you're seeing right now. And we also have industrial production. Remember that. AVGO climbed 11%, gave chip stocks a nice boost yesterday. Tesla keeps getting upgraded, even though they announced that I guess people are happy that they're not going to be reporting accidents from auto driving, which I think is preposterous, but nobody listens to anything I say, so it doesn't matter. SMCI reverted down. They're going to be kicked out of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. I would be only taking shorts in this stock, if anything. We had global manufacturing data, which it was nobody really cares about this that much in terms of the market. It's important, but not the market. Yeah, it's all good, Angie. All good. I don't mind you guys communicating with each other here. I don't have any problem with that at all. Federal Reserve kicks off the policy meeting, which means we may have a little subdued price action today. Retail sales already came out. Industrial production, manufacturing. It'd be nice to see this report up. It would give bond market a little bit of more of a boost. The bond market is right now undoing some of the upside, but I guess again, I'm hoping that we won't break this low. If we break this low, we're not going to be in a good spot. See, because look, that low goes all the way down here. So we have pretty strong support here. But if we break this level, we're going down here, and then the next level's down here. Basically, we would undo the entire rally that saw us coming to interest rates going lower, as you could clearly see by this graph right here. And again, please don't hate don't like I'm not causing this. I'm just interpreting the charts. See that? See right there? There's a trend line right here. So we got to be really careful. This is important. This is really important right here. And this is the 5 minute. Okay. Okay. So industrial manufacturing, that comes out at 9:15. We got to pay attention for that. You get what you paid for and Musk paid for. How does the stock get kicked out? By the company embarrassing themselves. As you may remember, Bob, This company couldn't, their accounting firm kicked them out. They couldn't find an accounting firm. Usually when you have an S&P 500 company and your accounting firm doesn't want to work with you, I would say that's a red flag. Wouldn't you, Bob? I would say that's a red flag, a huge red flag. Okay. Good luck to you, Angie. Good luck. Good morning, Thibault. Good to see you here. So yeah, Bob, when a company stops working with when your accountant stops working with you, it's usually it's more than market cap. It has to do with the fact that their accounting doesn't want to work with them. Yeah, there was an airline that got removed. They get added and removed all the time. I think Palantir just got added or something like that. Dell was supposed to get added. It happens all the time. So manufacturing data is coming off. They have news coming out. Industrial production. Europe is flat, as you could see here. Everybody's waiting for U.S. for this information. The bond market just completely undid that 5-minute bar, so we have absolutely no reaction so far from the market or the RSP or anything for that matter. Just dead. The market's dead. Remember, we have a major report coming out tomorrow. We have Fed. A lot of institutions are waiting. Not much going on in Europe. China ended in the red, hitting its lowest level in over 2 weeks. This is not 2 weeks, so China should now be down here. For some reason, this seems like it's delayed. So China should be right here now, as I predicted. Remember we went up here and I said we're going to come right back down to the bottom of the channel? We're now at the bottom of the channel. All right. Japan, slightly lower today, reversing earlier gains. Again, everybody's waiting for tomorrow's decision. Market's not doing anything right now. Tesla got upgraded again. I guess a lot of companies are really happy that Tesla's not going to be reporting its accidents, which I think is Solar Edge. We trade the stock sometimes. Goldman gave them a double upgrade. That's like huge. Not a single upgrade, but a double upgrade. And yes, it matters if it's from Goldman versus Stifel. Goldman is obviously the biggest investment fund, but it's still not the same thing as a company upgrading or downgrading themselves and not during earnings, okay? So Cloudflare got a little upgrade. This company's not a big company, so I really wouldn't put too much attention into these, okay? Yeah, it's a constipated market. You're absolutely right, Angie. You are so right, actually. You are so right. You are so right. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at something here. I'm looking for a pivot. Rich says I took a nice loss on FXI when it went a nice loss. Oh, a loss. I got you. Okay, let's put everything together. As I told you, we're going to be watching volatility. Folks, listen. You've got an air pocket here, $ VIX. If this goes up, you've got a big air pocket. I've mentioned all this before. Bond market, we're at a breakdown point. RSP, we're already below the 50-day moving average. As you can imagine, momentum levels are not great right now. 53%. We've talked about all of this. We don't need to talk about more of this, okay? We've talked about this already. What about sectors? Well, it's interesting. You have a really interesting mix. You have a very clear technological front, which means the odds are we're probably not going to crash and burn because the equal weighted SPYs also have this. And technology leading is usually bullish for the market. I like this, but I don't like anything else. So I'm liking technology, but we've already seen that mega cap rally. Let me see how they're doing right now, just out of curiosity. This is real time. So we rallied on the retail sales and then we corrected. And right now it looks like we might be peaking out. If this gives up the ghost, we're going to be relying on the RSP. And if the RSP doesn't start going up, which I think it will, if mega caps come down, it would be terrible if mega caps came down and this didn't go up. This is why, Brett, I have this and Angie on my desktop, and I have RSP and I have MAGs and the Dow, the IWM, all next to each other, and I watch the relationship between them during the day. Sometimes I send you guys pictures on the Pro Trader dashboards showing, look, Mags just took a big dump, and at the same time, RSP's coming up relative strength. So you guys have seen that many, many times. Okay. But be careful today. Be careful. That's all I could say. Be careful. I really don't like the fact that volatility's here. What I'm hoping for is volatility peaks out here, starts coming down, and we start undoing what we've been doing the last couple of days. I think that would be fantastic. As far as sectors, you can see you have home builders here, which are interest rate sensitive, Russell 2000 and mid cap. Here you have consumer staples, but here you have retail. So this is really mixed because in theory, retail and home builders, they're both very interest rate sensitive. So I don't see why retail is here, and you don't have a lot of retail in mega caps either. So again, and financial is here, but home builders are here. You got real estate over here, and you got the Dow next to Russell 2000. So you could see they're fragmented. They're very fragmented right now, and that's because the RSP and the Dow and the small caps are all just kind of, waiting to see what happens. They're all kind of doing this right now. Look over here, right here, IWM. And look at IWM, by the way, it's almost at the 50-day moving average too. And if we break the 50-day moving average, it's going to look like this. What I like is the fact that IWM is leading. But I mean, I'm grasping on straws right now, as you could see here. As you could see here, I got you. I got you, Angie. I got you. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. A key Hawk fan. I don't know. I don't know. Brett says Monster being added in big crypto news for XRP. So Monster could be a good play. Definitely. And cryptos, by the way, they're leading again, which I mentioned already. Might have not, but they're leading. Here, GBTC. We're about to talk about our stocks. GBTC. A lot of folks would be looking at this as a safe haven right now. Brett, volume starting to pick up, because if I didn't want to be in the market right now, a lot of people are looking, especially youngsters. When I say youngsters, folks under 50, youngsters, they, or maybe even 40, they like to look. They don't put their money in gold anymore. They put their money in Bitcoin when the market's cooling off. And as you could see, the market's been cooling off. And look at the bond market. We're now near the lows once again. So the retail report didn't really do anything. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Thank you, Robert. By the way, last time I'm going to do this. If you haven't checked out, I posted 3 tickers in Stealth Surge webinar yesterday. Here's the link. 3 tickers for you. And here's the VIP room. And today in the VIP room, I'm going to talk about earnings forecasts for next quarter coming down, which is really important. And I'll also be talking about, I'll give you some examples of trades that could have been done versus debit spreads versus regular, so you could see the different profit potential. Okay. All right, let's talk about stocks. Let's talk about stocks. Folks, be careful today. Be very, very careful today. Don't be a hero. Trade small size. Be very nimble. We need to figure out if volatility is going to explode or implode. Okay? Till we find out that question, we're not going to be on steady footing. Okay? Lower your position size. DHR. I would prefer to see this. Look how the election VWAP caught this. Look at that. Look at how it supported this area. You got to have these VWAPs on, folks. And volume is supporting this move. Look, volume is going higher. So if we break this 231, I would probably short this all the way to the bottom. It doesn't have a great downtrend. Oxy and PSX, they're both pretty much doing the same thing. Oh, Karen, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying that a lot of youngsters are more into, they've never seen a market crash where people put their money from stocks to gold. They've seen a crash, corrections where they put their money from cash to crypto. So I didn't mean to offend anybody. I didn't mean to offend anybody by that. All I meant is that a lot of folks they're not used to the traditional way of going from gold to cash, gold to stocks, gold to cash. They go from stocks to crypto, which is something that they do. So again, it's Karen, please don't I didn't mean anything by it. It's just something that it's something I see a lot more happening, prevailing now. Oxy and CVS. Somebody asked me about CVS yesterday. Awful stock right now. Awful stock. And look at, I would wait for a little pullback, but awful stock. J&J, Builder. Hey, where did I get this ticker from? Does anybody know where I got this ticker from? 50% on Builder. Karen Builder. Art on Builder. 29% on Builder. Builder. We did Builder yesterday. And Roblox. And we made money on both. We still have one trade we need to that's sitting and it's bothering me in the pit. Yeah, in the pit. No, not T-Buzz, the pit. No, it was the pit. It was a pit trade yesterday. And if you're still holding on, you can get out at a better profit this morning, I'm sure. Builder, Dow. See, I give you guys trades after we close them officially. Look at volume going up. Adobe. Yeah, it was a pit trade. I'm not going to give you T-Buzz's trades. Those are his own trades. Look at that. Whew, what a nasty trend. I don't think too many institutions would want to buy that right now. Prologis, Cigna, a lot of healthcare stocks, as you could see here. Look at the volume on this baby. Roger, how do I know if institutions are selling the stock or not? What do you think? Look at volume. Look at this. Anytime you see volume over the 50-day moving average, the odds are institutions are heavily involved. And look at this price action. Do you think me and you can do this? No, this is institutional puking. This is a puke right here. So do we have to sit through the full? Yeah, you have to sit through the full pitch. Yes, a Keekok fan. Yes, the full pitch. Daniel, we talked about gold earlier today. Here, I'll just tell you real quick. Hey guys, what's the correlation between gold and the bond market? We talked about this. We talked about this. Daniel, we talked about this. If the bond market breaks down, it's going to be bad for gold. If the bond market rallies, it's going to be good for gold. We talked about this. We talk about it every single day. Let's continue now. Cigna, Amgen. And again, I'm not screening for correlation. Look at volume, how it's picking up. I'm not screening for correlation, and I'm not screening for earnings. I'm going to let you guys do that. Lennar and DHI. I remember somebody talking a lot about this stock. Who do you think is selling this stock? And look at what happened after it went through the VWAP, the year-to-date VWAP. All right. And DHI, same thing. And don't say I didn't warn you about this. Please don't say I didn't warn you about this. The reason we have over 500 people a day here every day is because I warn you about this all the time. Now let's do the long side. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful to you guys? Let me know if this is helpful to you guys. Hey, Carlos, good to see you here. Good morning, Carlos. Oh, good, good, Bob. I'm glad to hear that. Laura says Ford. Laura, you're asking, you need a Ford? Is that it? Let's do the long side now. Bigly, good. Oli's bargains. Volume is still good. Breaking out of a compression right here. I like it. I like it. Good, good. Learn something new every day. Then why don't you want to sit through my webinar? A key Hawk fan. Good. I'm glad you guys are getting use out of this. Let's continue. Hood. First time I'm ever covering this stock, right? You guys know it's the first time. We've never talked about this stock before. By the way, look at the election VWAP bounce here. Isn't it amazing? Look at that. Look at it right there. Look at the 8-day bounce right there. Do you see why I use these levels? Because they work so damn well. Look at volume picking up. No, it's not the first time. I'm being sarcastic. I'm being very sarcastic right now. It's not the first time we've talked about this stock. It's probably the 100th time we've talked about it, right? Still a youngster, been crushing it on crypto. No, Brett. Those are the only ones I look at. I only look at the main one. Microsoft. Again, Fang stock, Fang stock, Fang stock, but I like volume. Fang stock exposure. Look at the 8-day EMA, how it touched it and keyed off. AI. We'll be done. We'll be wrapping up shortly. A lot of eggnog drinkers. This stock, look at the volume on this baby and look how it's breaking out. It's not a clean looking stock, but nonetheless, it's looking really good here. You may want to wait for it to hit the VWAP. As a matter of fact, let me set it really quickly here. Russell's coming up right now, which is great. Let's put the VDMA set alert. Crossing down. Okay. Let's just see how things are going right now. Okay, bond market's starting to get a little strength. S&P, QQQ, RSP, nah. QQQE, XRT, nope. No soup for us yet. Remember, FOMC tomorrow. But I like what I'm seeing here. I really like what I'm seeing here. I do. PSTG, Pure Storage. A non-technology stock that's breaking out and volume. Look at volume last couple of days above the 50-day moving average. There's clearly institutions coming in here. STT. We've talked about this stock probably 100 times. Hey, Manila. Very nice. Very, very nice. A Key Hawk fan. What's the ETF for FANG stocks, Art? MAGS. 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 We talk about it all the time. Hope you're doing well. This is a grinder. This is a grinder. You can buy grinders at any time, but preferably near the 8-day EMA. As a matter of fact, let me set an alert on this one too. Hope you guys don't mind me setting a couple of alerts here. It'll only take a minute. Oh, it looks like we're already at the 8-day EMA. Good, 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 good. Or close to it. I'm going to set an alert anyway. Okay. A little real-time action. Good, 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 good. I like this State Street. I really like this State Street a lot, actually. Here's a chip stock for you. Look how good the trend looks on this baby. Now look at this breakout. Now, if I could bottle this and not the volume sucks. So we're going to be watching this very carefully. But this is beauty. Look at that, how it just comes right down below the 8-day and then comes right back up and takes out the high. That's a compression breakout right there, and it's not overextended. So this looks really good. What I don't like about it is the fact that it's down at the 8-day right now, and the fact that volume is shit. This is a big problem right here. Big problem right here. Especially when it's trying to break out to all-time highs. Okay. XPO. I'm going a little slower today. I hope that's okay with you. I like this XPO, and look at volume. It's supporting this move. Little note here. XPO. See down. This way I get to do a little of my own work while you guys are here. I could do less when I'm at the office. APH. Good. I don't know, Brett. I would have to look at it. It needs to create a base first. This AMP looks really good. I got to set an alert here too. Some of these stocks look really good. I may want to get in on these. APH. See, guys, I'm just like you. I'm setting alerts, just like Richard does. No different than you guys. We're doing exactly what you guys are doing. Here, I'm looking for this little area. And look at volume. Volume is coming up. AMP. Honeywell. This got upgraded yesterday. The chart looked really good. My problem here is there wasn't much volume, but now volume is starting to come in. Now, remember I showed you a little trick? Rich, remember that trick I showed you? Same, look right here. We put the VWAP right here, right? And we have a breakout right here. So this now tells you that anybody who bought right here is making money. And now we have a breakout. This is exactly what I was telling Rich on Friday. When you see a consolidation like this near the highs, this absorbs all of this upside. Put a VWAP right here. And when you start breaking above the VWAP, that means everybody here is making money. Everybody here is happy when you're above this level. When you're above this level, that means this guy, everybody here is now on average with volume, when you take volume into account, they're all making money. More follow through. See that? So always set a VWAP when you have a consolidation here. So you don't have to use a trend line. You could just set a VWAP and then just wait for the VWAP to break. Okay? Just wanted to show you that. DKS. Be careful with gaps. Dick's volume is picking up. I just got Matt his holiday gift from Dick's. I like volume it's picking up. I like how this is moving, and I like how it's retail and not tech. I really want you guys to start looking at stuff that's moving right now that's not relating to the mega cap stocks, okay? That's really what I want you guys to see. Let me just check one last thing, and I'll be out of your hair. TJ. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Is there an A-line upper study that does that? I believe it's in the A-line squeeze. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Well, there is an A-line code. Yeah, it's the swing to the highest high of the last 90 days. So it would automatically do that. It would automatically do that, Carlos. The A-line code would automatically do that. So for example, on Honeywell, what it would do would be, let me show you. It would go to the highest price in the last 90 days, which is right here, and it would set a VWAP automatically for you. And you would have a nice breakout right here. So the A-line code does that for you automatically. Basically, I'm trying to manually show you what my A-line code does so you could buy breakouts after consolidations. So stock makes an all-time high. It consolidates for 2 weeks, and then it starts breaking out again. You want to know if that breakout is valid. Use the VWAP attached to the all-time high. Okay, excellent. Perfect, perfect, Rich, Carlos. Guys, thank you for all the feedback. Thank you so much for all the help. Please join the replay to see Stealth Surge and get my 3 free tickers. I'll see you guys in my VIP room at noon, where I'll have a ton of stuff to talk about. And don't forget Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show. And look how calm today was. We didn't argue with anybody. It was so peaceful. We didn't talk about measured moves. We didn't talk about any nonsense. We stuck to the script, and we got a lot of value out of it. You guys have a great day. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. Please don't send me customer service emails, because I will just forward them to customer service. I will talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day. It was a good day. Yeah, that's exactly when I told him to add to, but it wasn't that ticker symbol. It was a different ticker symbol. But that's when I told him to add because he wanted to close it out. And I said, no, 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 no. We're above the VWAP. You want to add here. All right, guys. Bye. I'll see you later. I showed you that example in the pit. I sent a graph picture of it so you guys could see it. Have a great day, guys. If any questions come up, let me know. Love you guys. Bye.